Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Toast the Toss. This is the all important episode where we are going to do a preview, a very quick fire preview of the Cricket World Cup, 50 over World Cup that's coming up in a couple of days' time. And joining me today is Arijit, Bidhu, Abhinav, Suraj, all veteran fanelists on Toast the Toss. My name is Arun, and we are going to get started right away. The first question coming Abhinav's way. Abhinav, why should one watch this World Cup?
There's this thinking sensation that this may be the last ODI World Cup we may get to watch, right? I hope it isn't. I do enjoy the ODI format, even though it's sort of neither here nor there. But yeah, I think that's reason enough. If that wasn't enough, I feel we have a good chance to win, right? As India, I may be getting a few questions ahead today, but I think we've not had a team that's been in this good form before an ICC tournament in quite some time, in my humble opinion, right? So good chance for us to win. Good cricket going on. Possibly the last ODI World Cup. It's in India, so you might get to go watch a match if you,
Really? Okay.
unless you depend on Book My Show or whatever. Right? So if you have the right friends, you can go watch a match
Yeah,
maybe. So
yeah.
yeah.
Which means I'll have to first cancel my 22, my South Africa tickets if this is going to be the last World Cup. Okay. Bidhu, what's your thought? Why should anybody watch this World Cup?
So for me, the World Cup has always been about some visuals. I started watching in '99, but the first World Cup which I actually watched, understanding all the rules, is 2003. So in 2003, it was Sachin and Sehwag uppercutting Pakistani bowlers in Centurion. 2007, it was all the legends sitting in the balcony, gloomy faces when they were knocked out. 2007 was Dhoni's stare. 2015 went by. I didn't know what had exactly happened. 2019 again, Dhoni's bat inches short of the crease. So for me, 2023, I hope at the end of the World Cup, it's Kohli and Rohit holding the cup and passing on to Gill and Kishan. And also after that, going on a victory lap with Rahul Dravid on their shoulders. So that's the image I have. That's why I'm watching the World Cup. And the second thing is, as Abhinav said, this might be the last ODI World Cup, but I think this might be the last ODI World Cup with these kind of rules. And this also has the last set of players who started cricket when ODI was when T20 was not there. The likes of the generation of Rohit Kohli, they did not have T20 when they started cricket. Obviously, Gill and Kishan, they started cricket and T20 was already there.
Bidhu, it was a 4-mark question. It was a 4-mark question. Thank you for adding extra sheets to your answer paper. Thank you very much. And you conveniently forgot Ashwin, and that's how people forget bowlers. Nobody remembers Mohinder Amarnath getting the last wicket in 83. They all remember the sixer by Dhoni in Wankhede. I can understand. Now, the next question, when you were talking on the rules, it's a good segue to ask Suraj. Suraj, what is the one rule that you would want changed in the 50 over format?
We should have it as 2 innings, 25 overs per side, and then they come back like a test match, but just 25 overs per side.
Okay, and over you?
The old power plays, like when we used to have in 96, 99, like first 15 overs, you get to have your power plays. I don't know how many power plays are there, two, three, five. Uh, I think it has become essentially a batsman's game with the advent of so many power play rules and all that. It's time we go back to the 96 rules of 15 overs.
Right. I think they should also introduce the super sub that kind of came power. What do they call impact player that IPL had only when India plays, so that we solve the number 8 problem once and for all, and it doesn't chew everybody's airtime. And that's one thing that I would love to see. And over to you, Abhinav. What are the 3 matches that you would want to watch which India isn't playing in this World Cup? Don't tell me the 2 semi-finals and the finals.
Oh, I don't know. I think Arun's woken up on the wrong side of the bed. He's ready to take a stick to all of us today. But I think if I'm not watching the semis and the finals, England Australia is bound to be interesting as ever. I also have a feeling that South Africa England and South Africa Australia would be interesting matches, mostly because I think they are very similar sides this year with the same strengths and the same kind of shortcomings. So it'll be fun to watch these matches at the very least. Sides that aren't necessarily great in subcontinent conditions, battling each other out. So that seems like good fun to me.
Nice. Bidhu?
So for me, it's Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. Whenever they play the teams who are not from subcontinent, they have a chance of squeezing in, or taking some points out of those teams and hurting their chances. So I feel any matches which Afghanistan plays or Sri Lanka plays, I would be keen to know what the result is.
Nice. And that again, Bidhu, thank you for giving me the right segues for my next question. Okay.
Yeah.
Single biggest contribution. Thank you very much. Which team is expected to get more upsets going their way in terms of toppling better sides? Is it Afghanistan or Bangladesh? Or you? Being a Bangla, tell me the right answer.
I was going with Sri Lanka, but Bangladesh does seem interesting. They have their spinners. They have some young spinners. They have a decent fast-paced attack. Batsmen, they have mood swings, so that is one thing they have to pull their socks. And the kind of drama Tamim and Shakib have ensured is one thing I'm looking forward to. But Afghanistan has, I don't know whether they have won many significant cricket matches in the 50 overs segment, limited overs international. I'm not very familiar with them. But of course, in T20s, they did create some upsets. So when it comes to World Cups, Bangladesh does have a good history, 2007, 2015. And even 2019 also, they were decent enough. But this time, there's a lot of drama in their dressing rooms. That's one thing I'm looking forward.
Right. Right. In fact, I just saw Mustafiz bowl one fantastic, almost Yorker to Basto in the warm-up match just now. Suraj, your take?
Netherlands. Netherlands winning any match is going to be the upset of the World Cup. They are the Kenya or the Zimbabwe or whichever was the team, in any of the previous World Cups.
Nice. Thank you for choosing none of the above, both of you. I truly appreciate it. And now, question for Abhinav. Two players to watch out for, Abhinav, in this World Cup. You may choose an Indian, not choose an Indian. This is for all four of you. So, any two players to watch out for.
It's difficult to bring it down to two, but I think one player, and let me pick an Indian player that I'm looking forward to, is Shubman Gill. I think he's been going on great form, and I feel this is his year. So I'm quite excited to watch what he's going to do in the World Cup. That's the Indian player for me to watch out for. Non-Indian, if I were pushed, it's each side has their own ups and downs, but I'm going to play the RCB card and say Maxwell. I know there are some ifs and buts around there, but I've never understood why he wasn't a more impactful player for Australia, particularly with Indian pitches. His bowling can come in handy. He knows the pitches very well. He's played a lot here, so he can be one of those very good destroyers towards the end of the innings, right? So these are probably two that I would watch out for, and I don't know. I think at least one of these two have immense potential to disappoint, but it's who I'm looking
Right. Oreo, since you're
At Cummins for sure. Like as you mentioned, we forget bowlers. He's a typical all-rounder. I would love to see a bowler captain raising the World Cup. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. The Sri Lankan spinners are impressive, but I will go with either Mehdi Hasan or Mustafizur Rahman also. And in Indians,
you
Shubman
had
Gill
two
is a good
options. You have
choice. And
exhausted two. Thank you very much, Oreo. Now, moving over to Bidhu. Bidhu's nervous now. How do I pick only two? Come on, Bidhu. Go.
So for Indian player, I'm thinking Gill is kind of going to have a standout tournament because of the kind of role the team has assigned to him. He's going to play the maximum length. Non-Indian, I always like David Miller. Man, South Africa do have a team which can reach the semi-finals, so he will get all the 8 matches. And he has been an IPL player, so he knows all the grounds very well. So I think David Miller and Shubman Gill for me.
All right.
Almost contest between Miller and Maxwell, no? I mean, the two lower order M are going to have a very, very big role, I feel.
Right, right. Suraj, your take?
Gerald Coetzee for South Africa, one of the most exciting fast bowlers in the recent times. And the second player would be Yuzi Chahal outside the ground.
Yuzi Chahal outside the ground. Okay, someone's going to keep following somebody on X for sure.
It's
Okay, that's
fun
interesting. That's
that you have only two names to pick, right? The rest of us are struggling to pick names. I decided to throw it all away on players that are outside. Good for you.
We need to do things for entertainment value.
If it's players outside, I would go for Venkatesh Prasad and Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan for
Absolutely.
sure. And on that note, cricket is not just about what's played on the field. So let's talk about an area that not many fanelists or panelists will ever talk about. The commentators that we would love to take the remote and turn and switch on the mute button. Very quickly, each of you, who is your pick and why? I'm going to start with audio this time.
Thanks to Geo, I shifted to listening to World Cup, to cricket matches only on Punjabi commentary. So that's only one thing I'm looking forward. Like if I am watching the World Cup or any cricket match, it has to be Punjabi commentary or nothing else. So that is the only thing. I don't care about any other commentator. I will be watching only Punjabi commentary. If it is not there, I will just keep it on mute.
That's fantastic. I thought you were almost answering some other question, but somehow you got it around to the same question. Audio, well done. Pretty smart there. Abhinav?
Yeah, I mean, hands down, Sanju Manju is just irritating to the core. I mean, we've spoken about his curse in the past, right? I think he's one cricketer I would like to hear nothing out of. And yeah, my clear choice with no questions out there, Sanju Manju should not be commenting.
Awesome. Bidhu?
So I don't know. I have not really heard the new commentators like Ricky Ponting, Matt Whedon that much. So I'll just go with Dinesh Karthik, who I've listened to at least for 2 seasons. So maybe let's see what he has to offer.
Are you going to listen to him or not listen to him? I'm talking about whom will you mute?
Whom I will mute? No, I didn't then think about it. I have to think.
Okay, you'll get a chance again, Suraj.
One-day cricket is the best opportunity for all of us to multitask, mute the audio, just look at the video and attend office calls. So pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bishop. Somebody who said, remember the name Carlos Brathwaite. Now he has to say, remember the team West Indies. You know, it's rather tragic there for Ian Bishop. I really hope something good happens for West Indies. Great. And now let's get into crystal gazing, guys. The 4 semi-finalists. I'm going to start with Bidhu. Bidhu, do you have an answer to the commentator you want to mute before we go to this question?
I just quickly looked at the list of commentators. I think the least of my favorite is Ramiz Raja. Not because he is bad, but I just kept them in the list. So I would say Ramiz Raja.
Okay, cool. Great. Now back to the question. Your 4 semi-finalists.
Sorry, just before that, is Ramesh Raja commentating from Pakistan via Zoom or he's coming to India?
He's standing shoulder to shoulder with Sunny Paji.
He'll scream from Baga border.
Right. Yes, Bidhu, your 4 semi-finalists.
So it would be India, Australia, Pakistan, and maybe Sri Lanka.
Oh, that's nice. Interesting. Okay.
India, South Africa, England, and a toss-up between Australia and Pakistan.
You've given South Africa a pass, is it? That's interesting.
They always make it to the semis, no? It's what happens after that which matters.
Okay. Okay.
Is it India
Abhinav?
talking about Suraj? They always make it to the semis.
But listen, India at least have 2 World Cups. South Africa has just been semi-finalist forever. Ever.
Abhinav?
Always the bright, never the bride. I'm going to. I think the big three for me are quite settled. It's India, England, Australia. It's for me. It's only the fourth one, which is a toss-up, which is between New Zealand and South Africa. I would probably give New Zealand the pip over South Africa this time, given how new a lot of the. I mean, they're roughly the same squad, really, but I pick New Zealand over South Africa.
Sure. And over you.
Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Australia, maybe India.
Okay. And I'm not going to ask Oreo who's going to lift the cup because he already says Pat Cummins is the one who's going to lift the cup anyway. So let's move to Bidhu. Bidhu, you're champion this time.
Yeah, as I said in the first question, I prefer India to win this World Cup.
You prefer India to win the cup. Okay, that's an interesting choice of words. Okay. Abhinav?
I think India. I think it's India's turn again. Hopefully.
Suraj?
The champion who's going to win the World Cup?
Yeah.
Jay Shah.
Hey, we finished that. That was last episode. So don't bring it.
I was just about to
get done with
say till Jay Shah is there, I think India have a chance. That's basically what I was trying to get.
Okay. Interesting. Very nice.
Actually, maybe now that Ramiz Raja is commentating Pakistan May too.
I don't think they have the side to go all the way, unfortunately. I think if they had, Naseem Shah, that would have been great. And if the two spinners were in form, would have given a little bit of an advantage. Would have loved to see them compete. I still hope that they compete. I don't think they get a chance in the top four, unfortunately, in my books at least. Awesome. Now, the tricky question, and we will wind up with this. If there was one change that you would have liked to make to the Indian squad in the 15, who would go out, who would come in? Bidhu?
I always wanted Yuzvendra Chahal because I am not very sure last 2-3 years why he is not playing the crucial World Cup games. So I mean, we all know because of his batting or the lack of batters in the lower order. But keeping someone like a Chahal out is something which it's difficult for me to understand. So that's the only change that I would have liked to make in the squad.
Or you?
Not thought much about it, but I'm not a major fan of Ashwin, given that he tends to fizzle out at the business end of the tournament. So that is one thing I don't know why he has been included.
Okay, and who would have walked in lieu of Ashwin?
Chahal is a great choice.
Interesting. Abhinav?
I got to go first of all call out that I like the squad we have. I don't really have too many qualms about it.
Right.
So I don't feel we need to change. But I'd just like to say that it'd be good to have some of the next string of players along with the squad, maybe a Ruturaj Gaikwad or a Tilak Verma or some of these folks that we should build for the future. But otherwise, I like our squad. I don't have any substitutes.
Suraj?
Yeah, I'm on the same lines as Abhinav. But if I had to make a pick, then Shardul would go out and Yuzi would come in.
I would have possibly done two in that case. Yuzi coming for Shardul and maybe Prasidh Krishna for Shreyas Iyer. I think we have too many number fours. And I think we already have a backup. So I think a fourth genuine pacer would have helped for sure, is my sense. Because
it's a different story if the three will ever play together, but okay, I like it.
Even all
Sanju
Samson fans probably.
Yeah, they can keep waving their flags from the stadium. Absolutely no problem about it. I think he should be in the reserve of reserves.
He could not play in Asian Games also.
Yeah, I mean, 3-4 months back, I would have been like, yes, let's go for Sanju. But I think I'm completely out of my energy to support Sanju anymore, at least.
I actually think we should have one additional player in the team called cheerleader. And Ravi will come in. He's just there to pump people up.
Oh, do you guys know? Good topic, Suraj. We didn't cover this. The fans, right? Apart from a Miss You Tendulkar, we have been having a Dhoni fan for some time. Did you guys know now there's a fan for Sky as well? He looks like an emancipated guy from Ethiopia, just colored his body completely, waving with all tiredness, hoping Sky will be a good. It's almost become like a stock market. Let me invest in Sky now, 2027. I'll be in South Africa.
I get free ticket for the match.
Sorry, good. I think we should also have Tilak Verma fan club. That's where we need to invest.
Yeah, sure. And I really think Washington Sundar is the love child of Sky and Tilak Verma. Just think about it the next time you see Washi and think of the all three in one line. You will get to know what I'm saying. And on that note, guys, yeah,
Poor Mr.
Oreo?
Sundar.
This podcast is never meant to be politically correct, ever.
On that note, guys, thank you very much. It's the shortest and the sweetest preview for a World Cup where we covered every team, our favorites, and around the cricket field as well. Thank you so much for joining Oreo, Bidhu, Suraj, and Abhinav. This is Arun signing off. Guys, please subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to us when we see patronage coming our way. Thank you very much. Take care.
We'll all go down now in